one of my followers on YouTube and one of my followers on Instagram. I think his Instagram tag is WJ Smith Music, if I remember correctly. He had asked, how do you put on muscle or how do you put on more weight so when you have to take time off from the gym and take time off from lifting and doing your normal life because of your MS, like how do you maintain that? And I had never really thought to answer the question until he asked. And I told him, and I'll tell you, it's just when you get sick and you end up in the hospital or you end up taking IV steroids, that's going to make you gain weight on your own. It's going to change how you sleep. It's going to change how you eat. It's going to change your hunger. It's going to change a lot of stuff about you. You're going to start holding water weight differently. You're going to gain weight, most likely unhealthy weight because you're not doing much when you're sick. So when you're not sick, and when I say not sick, obviously that's in quotation because you're always going to be sick. You need to focus on staying healthier. So that means losing weight if you're obese or unhealthy already, or making sure that the way you feel and the way you look is healthy for you. That way when you go to the doctors, they don't say, oh, your cholesterol is bad, or this is bad, or that's bad. When I say healthy, I mean healthy for your body type. I don't mean you have to be super skinny or jacked out your mind. For me, I try to stay around competing weight. So it's like I compete at 181. So I try to stay between 181 and 200 when I am not having relapses. But when I relapse, I shoot from anywhere from 200 to 220 to 230. Lately, for the last almost 3 months I've been out, I went from 195 to 217, 220. But now I'm cycling again. So I just rode the last 2 days. I rode about 30 miles both days combined. And that will burn some calories. And I started going to the gym again. That will burn some calories. So I'm not counting calories because I don't know if I'm going to compete again. But I will act like I'm going to compete again. That way I get back to my healthy weight. So that's what you have to start understanding. And the key factor I told him is, and I took this from a show, and it's one of my favorite quotes, is you have to work twice as hard to get half of what normal people have. So if you're training for a triathlon, or training for powerlifting, or training to be a bodybuilder, you're going to have to work twice as hard because you might not have the whole year to train. If you're lucky, you might have 10 years to train, 30 years without having a relapse. But if you're unlucky, you might only have a couple months. Every time I've competed in powerlifting, I've only had about 4 to 3 months of training behind me from a small attack or a small relapse. But I push myself the best at those times. So when you're thinking about mindset of how to gain weight, don't worry so much about gaining weight. Worry about being healthy. Worry about what am I eating? What am I putting in my body? Because when you get sick, you might be still putting that same stuff into your body. And let me tell you, if you're eating Big Macs and having Wendy's every day, sure, you can still lose weight that way. But trust me, it's going to be a lot harder to come back from that if you don't have the mindset and you don't know how to do it. I can lose and gain about 30 pounds in 6 months like it's nothing. Heck, I could probably gain 30 pounds in a month and a half like it's nothing. Losing the weight's a lot harder than gaining the weight. But I focus. I know what to do. So stop focusing on being healthy when you're not sick, not having relapses. That way when you do get sick, you're still healthy. That way your doctor's not saying, we have a lot more problems than just your MS. So, like I said yesterday and the day before, I started training for my MS charity event at the end of the month. It's supposed to be 150 miles, but between breaks and stuff like that, it's about 160 miles. It's very tiring cycling for me right now, just doing 15 miles and I'm exhausted. And I have to do 75 miles in a day. So, but I'll keep pushing every day. I'll ride almost 7 days a week until the comp. So it means I'm going to lose a lot of weight just from cycling the next couple weeks. And the fact that I started lifting, I'm going to lose a lot more weight. So you're going to see me drop from, I think this morning I was 214. Yesterday I was 213. But don't be shocked, this is by the end of the month, I'm back at 200. Just by the way I'm going to eat, the way I'm training, and the way I'm doing things. And this is why I'll document every couple days of how I'm doing. Like today I just got back from my ride. Now I'm going to go to work. I already went to the gym today. And then I'm doing a 30-day, actually it's like a 90-day ab thing. That I started about a week ago. We're in our second week now, and it starts today. So I'm doing that as well. I train completely different. I'll even probably start stretching for about 30 minutes every morning when I wake up, just to make sure my muscles are getting the elasticity they need to keep going. So if you have any questions, you can find my Instagram from my page, or you could just type down in the comments. I love helping. I love giving my advice. Obviously, I'm no neurologist, but I live with MS just like you, and I like to push the limits, and I hope you do too. So I'll talk to you in the comment section below, or I'll talk to you on Instagram. Ask anyone that messages me on there. I usually answer you fairly quickly. So I'll see you tomorrow, or maybe the next day. Have a good day.